Alright, I'm C.A. Brown. This is my rundown of my new album, King's Testimony. Well, I just felt like Make America Great was a great way to set the tone of the album, to let people know what this project is about. You know, I felt like the energy of the track and everything, it just sounded like an opener to me, you know, and with a powerful message. Make America Great was produced by DJ Pain 1. You know, I chose to sample the voice of the Minister Louis Farrakhan, in a powerful speech that he made at the end, because it just moved me, you know, and I felt like it complimented what I said so well. Well, Colorful Vibrations was actually the title of the track when the producer sent it to me. Shout out Will Brown for the Colorful Vibrations beat. And I just chose to go with it because when you hear the song, the beat it's just got a crazy vibe to it. Like, it's just, the vibe is just crazy, you know. And I chose to put a young lady by the name of K-Love the Poet. Y'all probably know her, you know, doing real big things in Chicago. I was looking, because when I heard the beat, I was like, man, I can hear a poet over this. So, you know, I went through a bunch of poets. I was asking everybody, like, who is just a dope poet? So I just went down a list. People were sending me people. And when I first heard K-Love, I said, she's the one. You know, I picked her out, sent her over the track, man, and she just destroyed it for me. So when the thing that you will hear on Colorful Vibrations, it's heavy on the Black Power. I'll say it like that. You know, it's something that complements Make America Great. You know, it's something that falls in that same tone. You know, it's just heavy on the Black Power, heavy empowerment for our people. I mean, if I could just say one word to describe it, real. You know, Perseverance is probably the most personal record on the album, because I speak about, you know, times in my life that I had to persevere. You know, I had to go through a lot and endure it and stay strong and keep my faith. You know, the message in Perseverance that I'm preaching is, no matter what storm you're going through, you gotta keep your faith and you gotta keep pushing. You're a Star. So when I got the beat from DJ Pain 1, he already had Tina G on the hook. And when I first heard it, you know, her words were just so inspirational, and they related to things that I went through in my personal life, like certain situations along the way with raising my daughter. You know, I addressed, you know, times my daughter was down. You know, I always believed in her, even when she struggled with depression and things of that nature that we all go through with at times. You know, I always seen the best in her. So I chose to speak about that in my first verse, you know, to let her know, you know, I always knew you were a star. And in the second verse, you know, I chose to address myself, you know, like, and actually I get into detail with shedding the former version of myself, which is Trigga Trend, because I felt like that placed boundaries on me. I felt like it put a ceiling on me, you know, and I felt like I downplayed who I really was just to appease a small crowd. So, you know, You're a Star, I'm also speaking to myself, saying I knew I was a star the whole time also. Cuban Links. It's funny because, you know, when I wrote Cuban Links, this was before I even actually started working on the King's Testimony album. You know, Will Brown had sent me this beat a while back, you know, and at first I didn't know what to do with it, but I just knew I liked it, you know. So when I did decide, hey, I want to play around a little bit, you know, I had came up with the hook, and I had wrote a verse that was heavy on the black empowerment, heavy on the boss up, you know, side. Now, where Beats comes into play at is that's my personal homie, you know, it just made perfect sense for him to be on the record because of the things that he has going on with his life right now. Right now, you know, bro, he's got businesses, you know, he's bossing up, you know, he preaches empowerment. So I felt like this was the perfect time, you know. So it just came about as a natural thing, and when I brought bro in the studio, he just killed it. You know, I personally feel like bro gave me one of his best verses. Bees, big ups, bro. I love you for that, man, no doubt. Well, the concept to the video came about because I just wanted to create a feeling that complemented the message in the song. You know, so I had a lot of thoughts. At first I was gonna do it here. I was gonna get, man, we was gonna suit up, you know what I'm saying, get the bosses, big cigar talk, you know, we was gonna do it like that at first. But then you know, I have a brother that lives in Vegas, and I was already going to Vegas to visit. So he was like, man, bro, you should come out here and shoot a video. And I was like, you know what? Right. What other song would I do than that? Because it was a boss atmosphere. You know, we had bro pulled out the Wraith for me, man. Pulled out the Ferraris, man. You know, we got to, you know, do it like real bosses, you know, to complement the tone of the record. So, hey, shout out my big bro Akira, you know, for making that happen for me down in Vegas. And you know, it's legendary, you know. Well, anyways, that's another one. Pain, DJ Pain, one. You know what I'm saying? When I got the beat, you know, and Ike the writer had this hook, and I automatically knew that this record directly related to me because it's speaking on, you know, just like a relationship with a significant other. You know, the hook goes, I know that I'm flawed, but you love me anyway, which made me think about certain situations that I went through with my wife, you know, and just different trials and tribulations where she stuck by my side, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, I know that I'm flawed, but, you know, she loves me regardless of the flaws. So I just wanted to address that with the album being so personal. It was only right that I fit that in because it killed two birds in one stone. You know, it addressed the situation, you know, and allowed me to give my wife her flowers. And it also, the album was missing a record for the women. So, perfect. RNS is probably one of the most difficult records I had to write. You know, when I wrote that record, you know, I actually cried writing the record, you know. Recorded the video. It's still hard for me to watch the video, you know, at times. Right now, it was so personal because that's a subject that's so sensitive and near and dear to my heart. You know, lost my little brother, and you know, I just wanted to bring awareness to certain things that we deal with. You know, people out here are dealing with things daily that you wouldn't even know they were dealing with. You know, battles with depression, addiction problems. You know, so I just wanted to address that and honor my little brother, and hopefully, you know, give somebody else the courage to talk about certain things, you know, to prevent from going down a reckless path that I ultimately lost my little brother to. So that's the tone of that one. Well, King's Testimony, you know, as you know, that's the title track to the album. So I basically just wanted to solidify the tone of the album and kind of let you know exactly what this album means. I wanted to paint the picture of the album in one song. So, you know, I just addressed the different trials and tribulations and the not so glorious side of being a king. You know, Tony Rush is someone who I have a relationship with, have had a relationship with him, have recorded with him before. So it was just an easy phone call to make. You know, when I knew I needed a male vocalist and, you know, I knew what pocket he would fit in, it was just an easy phone call to make. So I called my boy Tony Rush. He got it done for me. Shout out Tony Rush. Well, Revelations, I don't even know where do I start. Well, first of all, you know, it's so if I broke down everything to you about it, you know, that's a whole nother conversation. But to make a long story short, Revelations just kind of sums up the times that we're in right now. You know, it just kind of all the strange things that are going on in the world that just align with prophecy. So I chose Revelations because Revelations is the final book in the Bible for all you spiritual people. You know, you know what time it is. When I say Revelations, you know you know what time it is. So that's what I'm addressing in that record. In my eyes, I chose to go with In My Eyes as the final record because it actually is perfect leading up after Revelations, because In My Eyes kind of is the summary record for this year. You know, I addressed the things going on with the COVID-19 pandemic, and just a lot of things, a lot of different conspiracy things, you know, that are taking a lot of topics of discussion, people talking about right now, you know, and it's just basically a summary. It's the perfect closer. It just summed everything up that I spoke about in the whole record. It just kind of brought it all together. And you know, Alonda Rich, her voice is just amazing, you know, and her hook is so powerful. It just made sense, you know. It was just one of those things that it was just organic, you know. It just naturally happened. Yo, this C.A. Brown, and this is my summary of my new album, King's Testimony, coming soon. Make sure you cop that on all streaming platforms when it comes out. Be on the lookout.